Hello, everyone. This is Tikva from Homeopathy for Humanity, and we are continuing with our Organon series with Aphorisms 28 and 29. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. And this is Dr. Sanjay Solunke from Maharashtra. And yes, we are on Organon class of Aphorism 28. So, what we have learned in the last session was about nature's law of cure, a universal nature's law of cure. The two aphorisms, 26 and 27. And now from here, all the aphorisms will explain about how this nature's law and homeopathic law of similars are means this law of similars is based upon the nature's law of cure. So from 28, what does 28 says? Do you have any clips? Tikwa?
We have our book.
Yeah, we have a book, but people need to see screen also.
Oh, do they? Did you prepare a thing?
No, just aphorism.
Would you like me to read the aphorism?
No, I like to show people the aphorism on the screen.
Okay. You want me to allow screen share, right? Off my phone?
No, do you have? I am asking you.
Well, I'm using my phone.
No, don't allow then. Let's continue. I don't have anything on this computer.
You don't have what's
I
it
have
called?
in this book. That's all. I
So
can
you
read
don't,
from a book, but the people who are looking or watching this video, that could be easier for them if you have those screen shares. Okay, anyway, we can continue.
okay, so if you'd like to do that, I could send you something on WhatsApp that you could put on a screen share if you could tell me how to use screen share on my phone.
You cannot do screen share on phone.
How do I enable screen share, Sanjay?
I don't know. I don't use Zoom on mobile.
Right, because you have that professional camera set up and I don't. Therefore, you've always complained about my camera quality, so I started using this to get better camera quality.
In the mobile, you can also do the screen share.
How?
In the share screen, there you will click. Then
Okay.
you will get the display. Then you open your PDF.
Which
First,
means
you
I
have
have
to share the screen.
and I have to download the PDF. It
Have
says
you the
start.
PDF in your phone? No, you have you PDF in your phone?
I do have a PDF on my phone.
I think it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. We can continue.
Maybe
Okay.
next week, Sanjay, we could be more organized if you have time for that. Huh?
Yeah.
Next week, if you have a few minutes in your day, perhaps we can organize how to get this function done for the videos.
Okay.
It's very, very hard to get a hold of you or to catch your attention at all. Therefore,
Listen. It's not a big deal actually.
Well, you
Just
had asked me for it and I
expecting,
don't know how to do it.
no. Can you stop recording?
Okay, guys, we're on aphorism 28 of the 6th edition of the Organon. And we will read it. As this natural law of pure manifests itself in every pure experiment and every true observation in the world, the fact is consequently established. It matters little what may be the scientific explanation of how it takes place. And I do not attach much importance to the attempt made to explain it. This is really, really important what Hahnemann says here, that we notice it being true and we don't need to make a whole lot of different scientific explanations. So you see people nowadays over, I can't tell you how many generations, are trying again and again and again to explain how does homeopathy work in order to prove it by modern scientific methods. And there are many theories as to how homeopathy works. But Hahnemann himself says it does not matter because the fact is established by true observation and pure experiment. So by doing proving and by helping sick people, we notice that it works. And he does not attach importance to attempts made to explain it. But the following view seems to commend itself as the most probable one, and is founded on premises derived from experience. Do we know what that is?
It's in Aphorism 29 now. He's talking about the phenomena. The phenomena, the way it happens. We learn from the experiences. We see from the senses. And here Hahnemann says we don't have to explain or follows or about writing theories or explaining scientific ways. It's a phenomena and it's the way it is.
Yeah, and the
And
natural law of here that like here's like is similars, not same. The words like and same are completely different words, and it's seen in every experiment and observation. But he has a
and
view.
then continue.
No, it's just that he's going to then tell us what he thinks the probable reason for this is. And we can do drum roll. Displacement.
And then after talking about this, he talks about the example, whatever the experience, whatever the method, whatever the system he has been working on, how it is based upon this natural universal law of nature.
Right. And
Or
this
you
part's
can
really cool.
add, and we need to understand that he's talking about everything, whatever he has experienced. Nothing is speculated, nothing is interpreted. Whatever is being experienced, he is talking about. And now he is talking how this law of similars, how the diseases, how the medicines, he's talking about the medicines, he's talking about diseases. And in Aphorism 29, as every disease, not entire surgical, consists only in the spatial only in the spatial morbid dynamic alteration of our vital energy, manifest in sensation and motion. So in every homeopathic cure, this principle of dynamically altered by natural disease is seized through the administration of medicinal potency, selected exactly according to the symptom similarity by somewhat stronger, similarly artificial disease manifestation. So he's talking about this principle.
I like the way he says not entirely surgical.
Exactly. If you understand nowadays the definition of surgical is not the same the way they were using in those times. Nowadays, they are the surgery is a separate department which having all the diseases which manifest itself, those require surgical intervention. And it has a lot of diseases. But in those times, he's talked about not entirely surgical. Means he's talking about where something is having injury or fracture or which needs and mechanical, those are not diseases caused by internal, means dynamic alterations. Beside those, everything he tells, everything is a special morbid dynamic alteration of vital energy. Do you have anything to say?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, even just talking about that word surgical, surgical in Hahnemann's time meant like repair. It didn't mean somebody's gallbladder's sick, we're going to take it out. It didn't mean that they were going to open up people's bodies and take out parts because they didn't feel well. It was more like somebody got in an accident and they needed to be repaired. That would be considered surgical. Or if there was, surgery was at its very, very infancy back in Hahnemann's day. Like for
Yeah,
example,
he's not talking about those diseases which develop from inside, and afterwards there is a mass pathological changes where nowadays the surgeons attempt to repair, like gallbladder stone, they will just remove the gallbladder. The gallbladder stones are in the surgical faculty, but they are dynamically alteration.
by
Basically.
Hahnemannian methodology, you would remove the gallstones through dynamic medicine because people can dissolve and pass gallstones. Same with kidney stones. They can be dissolved.
And he is talking in this aphorism, he is talking as every disease not entirely surgical, which means where there is an attempt to repair surgically, like fractures or injuries, like sutures, long wounds.
Yeah,
Those
if
are not
somebody has been
formed.
in a
Those
car
are
crash, they need some
uh,
surgery. If
though,
people have been in a car accident, they need some surgery. They need some repair.
and these diseases are not from interior dynamically alteration of the vital energy. Now, what the diseases are dynamically alteration of energy. We are only concerned with this. He's talking about internal disease. And now, further in this aphorism, by this, the feeling of natural dynamic disease manifestation ceases and disappears. These disease manifestations no longer exist for the principle of life, which is now occupied and governed merely by the stronger. Artificial disease, artificial disease manifestation. This artificial disease manifestation has soon spent its force and leaves the patient free from disease cured. Dynamis means a vital force. A dynamis thus freed can now continue to carry life on in the health. This most highly probable process rests upon the following propositions.
Yeah, so Hahnemann suggests that the disease is removed by an artificial disease state produced by the most similar medicine using displacement. The weaker natural disease being displaced and then extinguished by the slightly stronger disease with the most similar medicine. Disease is the dynamic alteration of vital energy. This is shown to us by what? Laboratory tests? MRIs? Investigations? How is it shown to us?
Signs and symptoms.
Yes, signs and symptoms. So this dynamic alteration of vital energy is shown to us by signs and symptoms, not MRIs, not parameters in blood tests, not any of these other new modern conveniences that people use, but the actual signs and symptoms of the ailment, which we can see with our own eyes and we can hear the patient tell us about. And the most similar dynamic medicine frees the patient of disease.
Okay. Anyone talking about law of similar, how the medicines. In this aphorism, he talks about how diseases are dynamically alteration of health, and when we use the similar medicine, which are having the same signs and symptoms as of disease, but in the higher potency means the stronger than a natural disease. That
Yep, the
medicines
higher
will
dynamic
have,
energy,
yeah,
increased dynamic energy.
and that medicine holds the ability to bring out to back the healthy state, and vital force, the vital energy completely freed from the natural derangements. This is only, and now he is talk about what do you call, how medicines are stronger, means artificial diseases are stronger than the natural disease.
Yep, it overpowers the natural disease. Use the dynamic medicine. Medicine acts assuredly, and we understand its strength and its power and how to use
And
it.
that is a control strength, means we can control that strength. But in natural disease needs conditions to infect the person. If there are no conditions, the person will not fall sick with that disease.
That's
But
right.
medicines will act unconditionally.
Yep.
They don't need condition. They will act on each and every individual. But the response of the particular vital force will be according to his susceptibility. So the medicine will have effect unconditionally. Medicines are potentized, their dynamic energy or dynamic strength is in our hands. We can control that with
We
the
can drive
process
the
of,
car.
we can drive the car. That's why these medicines are more stronger than the natural diseases. We cannot control natural diseases. We don't know to whom they will infect, but definitely we will know the medicine will have effect to everyone whom you are giving that medicine. So that's all. Anything else?
Yeah, I think we covered it. Good job. Thank you very much. And thank you everybody for joining us today. And thank you for watching this video from the YouTube channel.
Sandhya, do you have questions?
Yes, sir.
What question?
Nowadays, most of the people taking allopathy medicine. Na?
Yeah.
When we come, so they are suppose Asilock or they are causing the so many disease-like symptoms. So we
Yeah.
be able to treat or not these kind of symptoms because this is not natural disease. This is artificial disease.
Which is known
No,
in
listen.
Hahnemannian terms as a medicinal disease. You take the symptoms of the medicinal disease, combine them with the natural disease, and come up with the most similar medicine with the combined set of symptoms.
And we should never forget that what Hahnemann is talking about. Whatever the disease the person has internally means when we talk about the chronic state or chronic disease or chronic miasms, he talks about it is nothing but untreated disease or a maltreated disease. What is maltreated disease?
Not properly treated.
And the way allopathy treat Hahnemann's label as a maltreated. So whatever the people are taking internal for their totality or symptoms they are having, acidity can be from anything else. It can be from an internal disease. But the people are continuously taking those tablets which suppress the acid.
Proton pump inhibitors.
No,
And
my question is, yeah,
yeah, I
I want to
understand
just,
that part.
huh,
But what
I want
happened
to, when somebody is taking, suppose analgesic medicines for the relieving the pain, but the symptoms is relief, but sometimes the renal failure occur. That's why the
no,
allopathic medicine is banned.
symptoms are not relieved. See, pain is here and that is felt in the brain. And there is a path, a neural pathway, motor and sensory pathway, which is connecting to brain. What allopathy does, this cut this path. Pain is there, So, from where the sound is coming?
Nearby. In the
Turn off the microphone. Okay. We need to understand that. Oh, I forgot. What
When
was I
you
was talking?
when you meet a case where somebody's taking allopathic medicines, what you can do is you can ask them if their symptoms are no longer there. Sometimes you need to ask them to stop taking their medicine. And other times, if that's dangerous, just use the symptoms that are available, that are the combined symptoms from the disease, the natural disease, and the symptoms created by the allopathic drug. So like you mentioned, there being a problem with, what was it, the kidneys? So if there's a problem with kidney function after taking Crocin for years on end, theoretically what we can do is try to treat that damage.
Yeah. And second thing, see what is the pain representing? The pain is representing the internal disease. There is something wrong going on in your organs or your parts. And if you are taking the analgesic are just cutting those paths or blocking those neural paths towards brain, those sensory and motor paths. So patient is not feeling that pain, but pain is there. And this is the most dangerous. Because there is pain, we are aware there is something wrong. And if the person is not complaining about the pain, then we don't know how long and how the internal parts are being damaged inside by the disease.
That's a very good point.
So we need to learn that pain should be controlled or pain should be cured with internal medicine only. It goes, means it will reduce with the remedies, but giving the blocker remedies which soothes the brain or which blocks the pain, that is extremely dangerous. And we don't, the patient will not complain because he will not feel the pain, and the internal change will go damaging the organs of the person. And as you said, after some time, the patient will land up in the renal failure. So having
Or they'll
pain,
end up at Narcotics Anonymous if they've been taking opiates. There's just an epidemic of opiate addiction. So the way to proceed in such a situation is, when it's safe, take people off their medication slowly and gradually for a while, see what the symptoms are, then take the case. Or you can ask them what the symptoms used to be before taking the drug. That's another option, their remembered symptoms. Or we can take the combined symptom picture of the disease along with any side effects of the medication. 3 different ways to go about it. Because if somebody's simply taking proton pump inhibitors because they have heartburn, it's safe to let them stop. But those are the general rules for how to approach such a situation.
okay. Got it? Okay, we'll
Got it,
stop
sir.
here.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Join us next time for our ongoing project, I hope.
Yeah.